Hello, and welcome back to my strictly unprofessional YouTube channel where my cat meows, my dog barks, so bear with me. I will try to review one of the most interesting categories today as we're entering the winter time, and this is going to be amber. I barely realized that amber actually is one of my most prominent parts of the collection. I really thought that I have a lot of gourmands and florals, but I also have 9 ambers. And amber, unlike other notes that I discuss, is not by itself a note. It's an accord that is created via several components. Normally it's vanillin or vanilla or something sweet like tonka bean. Also benzoin, a resinous material that it also has this rich, opulent, sweet smell. And also labdanum or something incensey. So amber by itself is a stone. You probably know from my previous videos that I'm a jeweler. I'm not a perfumist. I'm not a perfume reviewer. So as a jeweler, I worked with amber before, but amber does not smell. It's just frozen resin. And perfumers compete in creating this warm, enveloping, rich winter accord. And so today's video will be divided into several parts. First, I will discuss 2 kind of iconic ambers, and then I will move to incensey and vanilla take on ambers. So without further ado, let's start. The first amber I'm going to smell, I will mention today that I have this amber bottle. I haven't yet decided on which should be in my collection, so I only have the testers. So Kurkdjian's Grand Soir, you can see that I have a little bit left because during my winter trip to Europe, I only used this one and another perfume, like insanely sweet. I love this so much. I will spray it just for the review, but this is such a beast perfumer that it even, smells from the tester. So speaking of Grand Soir, I would say that this is an iconic blend that reminds me of this amber accord. And Grand Soir is like 1/3 sweet, 1/3 resinous, and 1/3 like incensey smoky, something like if you were sitting by the fireplace. If we look at the notes for Grand Soir, we have Spanish labdanum on top, which gives this incensey feeling to it, and orange. But I must admit that of the notes, I don't smell. My dog started walking, as I said. Of the notes, I smell less of orange and vanilla. I mostly smell here the classic triad that is typical for ambers, which is labdanum, benzoin in the middle. As I said, it's something very sweet and resinous. We will speak a lot about benzoin further here. And also amber, represented by vanilla and tonka beans in the dry down. I will get back to the Drydowns in the end of this video, but so far I must admit that Grand Soir stays on your skin and clothes forever. I believe that this is a masterpiece by Francis Kurkdjian. I hope it will never be discontinued. And in my experience with it, like if you spray it once during the day, you don't need to renew it. So if you like beast performance perfumes, this is your option. And also, like my main, I would say, association, my main memory of using Grand Soir is the winter that is getting not that cold by seeing your friends, by being cozy in a cafe. So this is very, very comforting scent. I really love Grand Soir. Another iconic amber by Rag & Bone is called amber, and it comes in a very interesting packaging because my friend used to work at Scentbird. Scentbird is a big decant company that works in the United States. It doesn't operate in Europe or elsewhere, but I have a very beautiful package from Scentbird, and it's unpacked like this. So you have this box and you have the beautiful spray inside. And so I have Rag & Bone's amber here, and it's another classic amber as Grand Soir by Francis Kurkdjian. So I'm gonna spray it quickly. Oh, such a nice spray, I forgot about it. So as you can see, like I have a pretty much dent in this bottle because I also love this amber as much as I do love Grand Soir. But let's discuss the notes behind the amber. In my experience, it's a little bit more lightweight than Kurkdjian's Grand Soir. Also, the profile is very similar. In the notes, we have rum and saffron at top, cognac and plum in the middle, and amber and tobacco and vanilla in the dry down. And to me, this is a pretty much alcohol plus tobacco forward fragrance in a nice way. So in the previous video about the pastries, I spoke about the fact that I hate spirits and strong alcohol like cognac and rum. My neighbors are going bananas, I guess. So don't mind them. So maybe they drank cognac or rum, or I don't know. So this is pretty much very licorice and tobacco-ish, but with this little bit of amber and vanilla that make it a perfect winter scent. So definitely a little bit more boozy. I saw the comparisons to By a Fireplace by Maison, but I would definitely compare this to Grand Soir. But if Grand Soir is very, very sweet, like warm enveloping, like if you were sitting in the cafe, this is more of a fun night out amber scent. And I really like the perfumes that do not last for days on your skin and clothing. So when I take my clothing out of my so when I take my clothing for the outfit, they don't smell of the perfume, they smell I used a week before. So to me, I would say that Rag & Bone is my go-to amber, thanks to my friend and Sandbird for this beautiful packaging. I think it will last long because I only use it in winter. Amber as a perfume cord can be represented by this blend of tobacco and licorice smells combined with vanilla and something incensey. In this case, incensey is like a smoked tobacco, like a cigar being smoked. And the next perfume I'm gonna talk about perfectly represents it, and this is the only one in this video that I'm gonna spray on my hand because I love it so much and I don't yet have the full bottle. And I honestly think that from my amber review, this is going to be the bottle because I'm a huge fan, as you already know, of Dries van Noten, and this is Havana Gold. In my perfume channel where I describe perfumes by text, I called it the perfume that Hemingway would love. And when I initially look at the notes, it has in the main accords on Fragrantica soft, spicy, sweet, and amber. But if you look at the notes, you have licorice and star anise, which are completely one of my most unfavorite perfume profiles ever. I hate licorice as a sweet. Maybe I'm not Scandinavian enough to understand that. I wouldn't say I hate anise, but I don't understand why would anyone want to smell like that. But in fact, Havana Gold is all around tobacco, benzoin, and cinnamon, and a little bit of tonka beans in the dry down. And tonka beans can be cloying, and Arabian's tonka that I used a lot last winter, they were super overwhelming. But then here in this case, in Havana Gold, this just gives a little bit of sweetness together with benzoin. But mostly, Havana Gold is you smoking a cigar and drinking some posh rum or something on the beach somewhere in, well, Havana, maybe. So I would say if you love the tobacco forward fragrances, not even Rag & Bone's Amber might be your choice, but this one by Dries van Noten. And also, just if you haven't seen the bottles, look at my review on the channel. This is something stunning. Like the whole aesthetics behind Dries van Noten's brand is, I love it so much. I kind of think that before ending this video, we can conclude that Havana Gold will be my pick for a full bottle from the amber category. Serge Lutens, a French perfumer, did a lot of iconic ambers such as Amber Sultan, for example, but I recently came across my friend gave me a very interesting tester, and I really want to talk about this one. It's called La Couche du Diable. La Couche means the bed of the devil, and I would say this is not the bed of the devil at all. This is a bed of someone who loves coziness and being at home and watching Netflix. But let's just spray it. I haven't even worn it on myself yet. It's a such a good tester. It's a very recent tester, not an official one, just some decant from a friend. But anyway, I was talking about other amber perfumes in this review series, and this one is also a classic amber profile. As I mentioned, amber normally combines lepidum, something sweet like vanilla or cinnamon, and resins. In this case, we have lepidum, we have cinnamon as the sweetener, and we lack resins, but it mentions amber, so I guess it has some kind of resins, probably benzoin, because it's not significantly but really sweet. But the interesting thing about the Couche du Diable is that it really has a lot of thing going on. It doesn't really have the top notes, middle notes, and the base notes. It's such a nice, interesting blend. I generally don't understand Serge as a brand, but probably I didn't sniff it enough. I have to spend more time like studying it. But this one has a lot of saffron, woody notes, and probably, to me, something really light rose going on. So it's not an amber forward fragrance. So if you kind of dislike this feeling of being wrapped by a perfume as a blanket, something super cozy, Netflix watching, staying at home, or in a cozy cafe with friends, you want something risky and bold, probably try Couche du Diable. But it's still sweet and it's still amber profile. I will get back to the dry down because this one interests me the most in terms of the dry down. If you're not new to my channel, you probably know that I visited Diptyque's shop in August, and I was also gifted a huge gift set. I reviewed this discovery set earlier in this channel, and with this discovery set I really got a lot of testers, so I'm gonna look at two of them today. These are well, let's go one by one. And the first one will be Benjoin Bohème, which is from the limited series of Diptyque. It's not in the classic bottle, I only have the small, decant, but this is the official one. So let's try it. It's pretty much Benjoin focused. There is nothing going on in the pyramid apart from Benjoin. So let's try it. I would say that this is more like, this reminds me of a cologne. If we still divided perfumery for like male and female, I would say that this is leaning towards the masculine side of things, and this is still ambery. I would say that normally benzoin, however you call it, is not made center of the perfume, but like here it's the linen note, and this is just something really resinous and sweet. And if we compare it to other amber fragrances, it lacks the sweetness and the incensey profile, unlike Havana Gold that I discussed earlier in this series, or Couche du Diable by Serge Lutens. But like, I don't know, I think that I kind of have it in the blind zone. It has sandalwood in the notes, and I really dislike sandalwood that has this pickled cucumbers profile, but in this case I guess this is the milk creamy sandalwood. This is a very neutral, basic, sweet scent. Like if the second skin perfume was not something clean, like a clean girl vibe, but like a sweet girl vibe, or sweet man in this case. So if you wanna try something really neutral with resins, probably this is your choice, Benjoin Bohème by Diptyque, but I would say like this is a little bit faceless for me. The next Diptyque I'm gonna talk about in the Amber series is, oh, I will never pronounce it, 34 Boulevard Saint-Germain, which is the real address of the flagman boutique of Diptyque in Paris. If you haven't watched my video about this, just do. So it was launched in 2011. I'm reading the Fragrantica page right now, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the house, and it's named after the street of the first Diptyque boutique. Yes. And so this is the same profile as Benjoin Bohème is. So like technically it's an amber fragrance, but there is so much going on here. And also the perfume bottle is so beautiful. Let me just spray it for the video and I'm gonna discuss this with you. So the pyramid is quite great, but I'm gonna discuss what I really smell in it. So this is the amber profile, and it does have sweet notes, resins, and it doesn't have the smoke in it. So this is the I would say this is the resinous side of amber perfumes, not too cloyingly sweet. And it's not sweet because it has a lot of cloves and black currant on top going on. It also says fig, and I think I can smell fig, but like, as I said, the pyramid is huge and I don't really smell all of the notes. So let me check once more. Yeah, it's definitely flowery, like not flower forward, but you definitely smell cassis and blackcurrant. You definitely smell something reminiscent of like fig leaf, and probably the fig is the one that is given sweetness. You do smell a lot of spices. In this case, this is cloves, like cloves and clontwine, and cinnamon. And in the middle, this should have a lot of flowers. We will get back to that in the end of the video, but like so far, probably the only flower that I smell here is a little bit of sweet tuberose, not too much. But in the end, it should be more ambery. I wore it on my skin and I clearly remember it turning something Grand Soir in the very end. But I'm gonna talk about this in the end of my YouTube video, and if you're watching this on TikTok, just click the link on my profile. In general, I would say that 34 from Diptyque is the most fresh take on amber in my collection. And if you find all this tonka bean and vanilla thing going on too cloyingly sweet, but you still want to have this profile in your collection, maybe go for trying this smell. I never came across Initio perfumes before. I only smelled musk therapy when I was searching for a perfect musk. And I can't say I dislike it, but to me it's like very strange. I really find it strange. Sometimes it's really cute, sometimes it's distressing, but this is not the topic of this video anyway, and today we're discussing ambers. And when I told my friend I'm gonna film the video about the amber perfumes, she instantly gave me this little guy, and that's called Blessed Baraka. It's the old series from Initio Perfumes. You can see the dent in here because it's my friend's tester. And as I said, I never came across other perfumes rather than musk therapy. This is in the black bottle with red letters, and it was from 2015, so it's like 10 years old or something. And the profile says that it has amber accord, and honestly, from the amber family, this one and Grand Soir by Maison Kurkdjian are the most iconic in my experience. Like, others are variations of amber, but this is like amber. So I wouldn't say there is a lot of thing going on here. It's pretty much straightforward. As in Benjoin Bohème that I discussed earlier on this channel from Diptyque, there is only like amber, sandalwood, and vanilla, but interestingly, it has some white floral thing going on. So it's not only like super sweet, but it also is really an interesting take. I would say that this is like quite a unique fragrance. My friend who gave it to me says that this is too sweet for her, probably due to the florals. I would say that if it's white flowers, this is probably jasmine, because jasmine is the most heavy, and I really get how your head might hurt from this one, but this is the amber on a very sweet side of things. So we're quietly moving from the tobacco licorice ambers, like the iconic ambers or incensey ambers, to something more sweet, as amber normally contains not only incense and resins, but also this sweet side of things. So Initio's Blessed Baraka is a very resinous, but like leaning to the sweet side of things perfume. Maybe if you like gourmands as I do, you should try this one. I really love Hermès's series that is called Hermès. There is a lot of interesting fragrances in there. And here in the Amber series, I'm gonna discuss Ambre Narguile. I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but narguile is a pipe that allows you to smoke tobacco. I'm not saying it was tobacco. And this is the very sweet, like amber bomb created by Jean-Claude Ellena. I know that he recreated this perfume various times, but I only have Ambre Narguile by Hermès in a small tester, not official one, so I'm not even showing this. But like, this is a very sweet amber fragrance. If we speak of amber, as I already said, that always 3 notes, but in this case, vanilla and something sweet like tonka bean, caramel are the leading ones. I even wanted to move the Ambre Narguile to the gourmand section, to the gourmand video that I'm gonna make a little bit later on this channel, because like winter is for gourmands as well. But to me, finally, this one is the amber one, because it has all the components that the amber profile has to have. Although it's super sweet and like the sweetness prevails with cinnamon, vanilla, tonka bean, caramel, and all like and benzoin and all this stuff going on, it also has labdanum and tobacco. To me, Ambre Narguile is more similar to a gourmand family, but like a cinnamon take, like a bakery take on it. And if you watch my previous video on the Christmas smells, I discussed Kilian's Angel Share and Lattafa Camera, which is its dupe. So Ambre Narguile is really close to those ones. But I would say that I'd prefer, probably from the amber family in general, Havana Gold, Grand Soir, and Couche du Diable by Serge, rather than this very sweet profile. For a sweet profile, I have gourmands. Thank you so much. I really love Floraïku brand, and one day I will dedicate a huge review to it, because I visited their boutique in France. I have their perfume. I love the aesthetics. I love the haikus that they write on the bottles. I love the bento packaging. But I must say that apart from tea smells, they're not quite good with all the smells that are not linear, not tea forward, or not some, you know, plant forward, like cassis or something else. But anyway, it's not the topic of this video, and here I'm going to talk about Rise and Fall, that to me kind of belongs to the amber family, because it has this iconic tobacco vanilla combination. And in the top notes, it also has that it has ginger and immortelle. Not at all to me. And on Fragrantica, people mostly agree with me comparing this to Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, which is like an iconic tobacco vanilla combo, giving the like the beginning to the whole, you know, section of perfumery, dupes, etc. But like Rise and Fall, as all Floraïku scents, this is a little bit straightforward, but to me this also belongs to winter cozy scents, because like maybe there is some ginger mixed with sugar, maybe there is a little bit of smokiness to it, although tobacco is not directly mentioned anywhere. And also it's a little bit resinous in terms of how it feels on skin, and also the color of the liquid is clearly sending us to the amber family. As I said in the beginning, I don't think that Rise and Fall is the best fragrance by Floraïku. You should test the other ones, but this is just interesting to smell, and the bottle is just so beautiful with this small trees, snow falling down, and I also think that the snow falling down also sends us to the embers. Oh, this is such a long video, but I really want to do a little bit of middle notes plus dry down section, because I've been asked to do this quite a few times. So I will start with Grand Soir. So as you remember in the beginning, it was pretty much amber forward, really sweet, and to me it doesn't change a lot. I don't know if it's a benefit or not, but like it stays pretty much the same across the whole time of you wearing it. Maybe in the end, I'm just looking at the notes quickly, it starts smelling a little bit more of tonka beans, but so far we're in the middle. Thanks God there is no lavender. It's been Benjoin. I'm so confused about the name, but like no, Grand Soir, it doesn't change a lot, and if you want your fragrance to stay the same, opt for it. This is so beautiful. I really love it. It's like a very strong EDP that stays on your skin forever. Next one was Rag & Bone's Amber. It was very tobacco-y and incensey and boozy in the beginning, and now it's sour. Somehow all the plum and wood mentioned in the pyramid started to come up instead of vanilla and amber, and so now it's really a sour one. Yeah, I definitely mostly smell plum and a little bit of fecal notes from oud, but I still do love it. Although oud is not my favorite profile, but like started very sweet and smoky, and now sour is Rag & Bone's Amber. Then I sprayed Havana Gold, another smoky perfume, on my hand. And now it smells like drinks and leather. I don't even remember it if it has. Yeah, it does have leather in the pyramid. It came to dry down quite quickly, which is strange because I remember it to be long lasting. But now I mostly smell cinnamon and leather, and though I'm not a huge fan of leather, in this case this is so beautiful. I would say that Havana Gold is definitely leaning to the masculine side, as I said, Hemingway's perfume, but I would wear it anyway. I mean, this is such a masterpiece fragrance, and this is the last one that was done while Dries van Noten was still the creative director of his own brand. Next one, we had The Bad of the Devil, Couche du Diable by Serge Lutens, and let me remind you that it was like all over the place, everything everywhere all at once, because it's such a mixed pyramid, but a classic amber profile. Oh, this has gotten so much more strange. Like, I really smell dry fruits. It does mention tangerine and orange in the pyramid, and like, do you know this dried oranges that are on Christmas trees? Probably that's it, but also dry fruits like from a package. Not in a pleasant way, I would say, like a dried plum or something. Might be of an interest for someone who loves this smoked fruity profile. Like, definitely not me. I really need to wear it on my skin to understand further, but like from the blotter, I don't really like the dry down behind the Couche du Diable. Diptyque's Benjoin Bohème was really linear, and like literally when I was talking about this for 3 minutes, it stopped smelling a lot in comparison to Beast Mode, Grand Soir, Couche du Diable, Havana Gold. But yeah, it's just something really lightweight, and which is like the DNA of Diptyque pretty much. I think they only make this lightweight eau de toilettes, even their EDP smell like eau de toilette. This is just like something very basic sweet, like a perfume enhancer or your second skin scent. If you like something inoffensive, Benjoin Bohème probably is your take in Ambers. 34 from Diptyque 2 was very glintwiney at the start with a lot of spices and stuff going on, and also a little bit fruity thanks to blackcurrant and fig leaf. Oh, do you remember I said that flowers have to go in the middle note, so we're not definitely in the dry down here. We're in the, well, grandma flowers, I'm sorry to say that. So we have geranium and iris and violet. Old lipstick is my best take on it, probably. No, like, no. In the beginning it was super ambery. I even would want to exclude this from this video because now it's just dry powder lipstick that was outdated like 10 years ago. No. Both of Diptyques in the Amber family probably are not for me. And like the next one was Initio plus Baraka, which was super sweet in the beginning. Oh, it's still super sweet. It does have now like kind of spices, creamy sandalwood and vanilla, but like super sweet, not in the gourmand kind of take, more of a smoky sweet vanilla, I would say. And also the like the bad take on flower note, that jasmine that was in the beginning is gone. I do love the dry down. I have to wear it more. I think I might fall in love with Initios plus Baraka after the first like 10 to 20 minutes evaporate the floral strong smell. Then we had Ambre Narguile, that is more gourmandy than actually Amber from Hermès series. Or I'm tired, or I can't smell this at all. This is so weird. I mean, no. For the perfume, that is way overpriced because Hermès Sense is like a boutique series by Germain. The performance is non-existent. Even Benjoin Bohème by Diptyque smells more. I don't think I like it. And the last was Rise and Fall by Floraïku, and I said that this is not their best smell, and it was quite greeny in the beginning, maybe due to the immortal notes. And I didn't smell a lot of ginger, because like ginger is very specific. Oh, now it's super vanilla-y, but also like a little bit of maybe bitter vanilla. If you know the perfume that is called Vanille Camouflage by Dries van Noten, that's one of the most beautiful, gorgeous green vanillas in the world, this is probably something similar. So, let me know what you think about the amber perfumes, especially the iconic ones by Maison, Kurkdjian, Grand Soir, or about Serge Lutens' other takes on amber. And let me know in the comments down below what winter scents do you normally prefer and which profile do you like. Thank you for staying with me in this very long video, and subscribe not to miss the new ones.